Facebook's connected.
We didn't check the mics. I hope these are good.
I gotta turn them all down right now, but yeah, we'll turn them all back.
and gentlemen, you're listening to yet another episode of Rogan Radio live from the friendly confines here on the campus of the luxurious Costello Rogan Lumber Port.
Whoa!
We're only joking. We're only joking. We're only joking.
This is all Beck Radio.
Yeah,
Beck
we don't
Radio.
need Chuck.
How do you know for the most part in Beck Radio, we're on time?
Hey, you know what's weird? Is Chuck was on time logging in here to watch us. Right. What's up with that?
Chuck's on time listening to us.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you hear that, Chuck? It's all Beck Radio, and we don't give a Chuck.
All Buck Radio all the time from the friendly confines of Studio A, Castle Rogan Lumberport.
Get up and dance.
You know, I could have timed that a little better.
Yeah.
It still worked.
It still went. It still looked good.
Sounds good. Hey, you know, when you only have a show every 6 months, things are going to happen. But at least we were on time.
We were
That's
on
the
time.
biggest thing.
We were on at 7 o'clock. It's it's like
7 o'clock.
we got or what'd you say? We're gonna be late. It was like 6:50 something or something.
right.
It's like, now we're starting at
Think how many
7.
listeners we lose when they log on at 7 and there's nothing. They're like, oh, well.
Well, they must not be on tonight.
Well, I guess I wish they would have told us.
I know, right? What the heck?
You know what? I miss Chuck. Okay, show's over. Hey, everybody, go on.
All right.
Jesus. We got a couple things to talk about tonight. We're going to give a special shout out to the family for Walter Russell, Walt McIntyre, who passed away on
Good dude.
February 6th. I know. We're going to talk about, you know what we didn't talk about the other day? Or last week? Which actually was a little early, but it was Rogan Radio Day.
Yeah, we
didn't
did
talk
talk
about
about it.
Rogan
It
Radio
was.
Day.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about some popular misconceptions.
Misconceptions.
Some things that people think, well, yeah, it must be that, but absolutely, it's not that. It's something else. We're gonna give Chuck and Michelle we're gonna give them a call. You get your phone hooked up, right?
Yeah, I do.
All right, we're gonna call Chuck and Michelle tonight.
Yeah,
We're gonna
we're
talk
gonna
about we're gonna give the Starman update. Everybody remember the Starman?
Yeah.
We're gonna give the Starman update. We're going to we're gonna give Rick McComas. Am I saying that right, Darren? Am I saying that right?
Yes.
We're gonna give him a shout out and find out how the food drive went for the Cub Scout Pack 59 there in
Historical
Shinston.
words. Let's do the
Historical words. We'll do the historical words. But you know what? Listen.
But first, why don't we have a small segment dedicated just to Chuck since he's not here?
You want to do that?
Yeah.
That sounds good.
What do you
Yeah.
want? What do you
We're
want to
going to call this segment
Misophonia.
Misophonia.
Ah! That's so good, Chuck. That's so good, Chuck. Hold on. What do you got? Oh no, that's our. That's for you, Chuck.
Listen to what Chuck said.
What's Chuck saying? Because I don't see anything. I don't have this.
Yeah, well, you can say it too loud.
Hey,
You can say too loud.
Why is
Chuck
he?
said, ear holes,
Is he being mean?
double ear holes.
I think he couldn't hear you.
No, he can hear everything.
Oh, okay.
Who do we got on here? Who's on here tonight? Because I don't see. Okay, here we
No,
go.
I don't even know.
James Connolly on here. Jerry Ashby. Let's see. Spencer Levi Cornell.
Oh yeah, I like Spencer. Spencer's a good guy.
Kelly Joy Beverlin.
Kelly Joy Beverly.
Carol Miller.
Carol Miller.
Donnie Everett.
You know what, Donnie Everett?
Donnie.
We were supposed to have Donnie was supposed to come in the studio tonight, but some things came up. He came into town to see his family, so this would be a great time for Donnie to come in.
Yeah.
Tell us what he's doing. You know what I mean? But he couldn't make it, so we're super sorry that Donnie.
Well,
couldn't
he's a
come in.
busy guy anyway.
He is a busy
Yeah,
guy,
he's
and
a
he
very
came in.
busy
I think
guy.
he's down in Maryland or something like that, and working for the treasurer. I think is that right? The Treasury Department.
Yeah,
Treasury Department.
Yeah, he's a loaded gun down there, so you might you might want to think twice about going in there if you want to.
Maybe he's in the process of bringing us some money. Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Heather
Well,
Barker jumped
how
on.
else
Hey,
do
Heather.
you think that we
Heather.
actually fund this?
from contributions from
Yeah.
Donnie
From
Everett.
the Treasury
Donnie Everett
Department.
takes. Yeah, that's we're directly linked to the Treasury.
Oh,
That's not
We are?
recording.
yeah, it's recording.
You sure? I thought it had to be solid.
Oh, now it's
Now it is.
in.
Chuck, I tried telling him. I
You
tried
did.
telling him.
Well, you said solid.
I tried
Oh,
telling
you want to
him.
start all over again?
Okay, we're back here now.
See, now this is what happens when Chuck don't show up. This is what he. Now listen, and didn't I was freaking out, Chad, because I said because it wouldn't turn on. I couldn't
Yeah,
get
it
the damn
wouldn't.
thing to come on. And finally it came on. Jimmy's
Yeah.
like, "Hey man, that thing's got to be
Hey,
solid.
man.
It's blinking. It's got to be solid."
What do you think I'm DUM
Dumb. I said, "Shut the hell up, Jimmy. I know what the hell I'm doing." Way to freaking go, he said. Chuck said, "Yeah, I know, man. Now he's got to fix all that in post." But you know what? That's what he does.
Who cares? Well, they'll get the gist of it just from what we just
You
said.
know what? He's getting off scot-free this weekend anyway. He ain't got to
Yeah.
be here dealing with all the. He can go ahead, come in, do all the editing cool shit that he does, and send it on down the line.
Yeah. I mean, we could end the show right now and he can edit it to be an hour long.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
But this doesn't happen very often. So if we got any new listeners, this is not normal. This is the not normal SOP for this
Yeah.
show. Usually, it's
So if you really
Chuck
like the
sitting
show
here.
now, then just don't tune in next week.
or if you don't like this shit, then don't worry because it'll be back to normal on next week. So don't worry about it because Chuck will beg. Well, maybe I don't know. You know what? Ever since Chuck got married,
I know.
ever since he got married, because Chuck was never he would. You know what? He didn't never left Lumberport.
No.
And now
Now he's like doing zip lines.
Zip
and
line.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the next thing,
Jumping from
yeah,
airplanes.
jumping from an airplane.
Yeah.
I was hoping that he was gonna take a picture when
You-
he'd jump off the aircraft.
you think you could get Chuck to jump out of an airplane?
I think that's why he was ziplining, right?
just
For
kind of
the
like a
practice.
yeah,
Practice
like
run.
to warm
Yeah.
up
Yeah.
to jump out of an
You
airplane.
know, there is a place up above Pittsburgh where you can go.
To learn how to jump out of an airplane.
You go
I
on-
think there's a place above everywhere that you could jump out of an airplane.
I guess it is.
I mean,
Chuck
literally,
won't even get on the
you
roof
get
out
on-
here.
You get on to, I think it's called cloud9.com, and they've got like a bunch of area things out around Pennsylvania that you can do. And one
that's
of them
cool.
is actually north of Pittsburgh to an airport where they will let you. Well, you got to jump
I
tandem.
think you got to jump tandem so many times, right?
Yeah, I forget what the
I don't know
civilian,
what it is. So,
regulation is, but yeah, you can jump tandem so many times before you jump solo.
Does anybody have any?
Jump with Han Solo. Sweet.
Would you ever jump out of an airplane?
I don't know. I mean, like,
Yes.
why jump out of
You
a
would?
perfectly
Yes.
good airplane?
Why?
Yeah, just for the
Just for the
experience.
thrill? Just
Yep.
for the
They say you
adrenaline?
gotta take one
would.
of them bat suits and jump off a cliff.
You know what?
Listen.
I would want to do it, but I would think it would be like those. You ever ride like those rides at the amusement parks
No.
where they drop
No.
you, and it feels like the whole time you feel like you're going to hit the ground and it broke, but yet
I don't like. Listen,
Brakes kick in.
yeah, the brakes kick in. You're fine.
I've never. Every time we go to, even if we go like with the kids, I don't. I sit there and hold the purse because I will not get on a roll. I won't even get on the teacups. Anything that takes me in a circle or takes me.
Now in a circle, I can't do.
Yeah, I don't like circles. If you see
Yeah.
them ones where like they put you in this cage, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's around the outside.
Yeah.
The thing
Yeah,
starts
you
spinning,
stick
and then
to
the
the
bottom
wall.
opens up.
Yeah.
You stick to the wall.
Yeah, you
I
stick to
love
the wall.
those. Yeah.
Nah,
that's good
what if
stuff.
somebody gets sick?
Well,
Then everybody feels it.
Yeah, that would be horrible.
You
You
puke
puke
and it
to
goes-
everybody's mouth.
Cover your ears, Chuck. I can feel like I'm Chuck.
That's right. He's probably puking down there anyway. Probably drank so much he's
That was
puking
a good.
anyway.
That was a good impression.
Yeah, good. I think we can all do that.
Okay, go
All right, have you ever went someplace that had a really really high dive?
Yeah, Shinston Pool had a really high dive,
Okay,
and it wasn't that high.
okay.
No, I will jump off of a high dive if I just to jump in first, feet first,
Yeah,
because it's
yeah.
you're jumping
I'd be
off feet
afraid I'm gonna
first.
break my neck. I do.
Yeah.
Well, basically, the initial jump out of the back of a plane feels the same way. Initially,
Yeah, but
Until
you're
you
not laying-
realize you're more than
Then-
50 feet above the ground.
yeah. But you know what? Think about that. If you jump off of like you're saying, jumping off of a high dive, right? You're really not that far from the water. But if you're afraid of heights and you're in an airplane, and could your brain comprehend like the distance between that plane and the ground? You know what I mean? Would it be like
That's why
stand-
you
it
have
wouldn't-
like those
well, actually,
those
it's-
meters
well,
on your
what I mean is,
wrist
would
and
it be?
stuff.
Would it feel like you were? You know what I'm not trying to ask you? Your brain doesn't really know how far you are off
How
the
fast
ground.
you're
Well,
hitting,
yeah,
yeah.
the average
So-
speed is 120 miles falling.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be like you're standing on top of a ladder trying to get up onto
it's
a
much
roof. You know what I mean?
faster, so
That
yeah.
feeling would
Yeah.
that feeling be different than jumping off of an airplane? Out of an airplane?
Yeah.
I guarantee you it is. I know for a fact.
You've done this?
Yeah.
You've jumped out of an airplane?
5 times. Perfectly good airplane.
Really?
Yeah.
In the Army?
That's so stupid.
Oh my God! No, that's not very.
Hey, you know
good.
what?
Tell you
I want to see him in the demonstrating right now.
Well,
Yeah,
see, that's
jump
what I
off
was
the
getting-
roof.
No, this is what I was getting
Live.
ready to say. You were allocating it to getting on a ladder and getting up on a roof.
Right, right.
That terrifies me to death.
That's what I'm saying. Is that big? Yeah, but you'll
Yeah.
jump out of an airplane though,
Right.
because I think it's a brain thing. How your brain maybe doesn't realize that you're that high up. When a ladder, you know what I mean?
It only takes you
Yeah.
a few seconds to get to terminal velocity, which is the fastest that your body weight will actually fall
Yeah, with gravity.
with gravity.
How fast?
Hey,
What do you say,
know,
Bruce?
And that's determined
120,
on your
120
aerodynamics.
miles
About
average.
120,
Yeah.
about 120 miles an hour.
Yeah.
That's the average, but okay, you weigh how much?
121.
Get out of here.
In your
On one
jaws.
side.
Yeah,
On one side.
About 196.
196. Well, my
You're still
250 is
lying.
going to go just a shade faster.
Yeah.
And it really depends on whether or not you're sprawled out, kicking and screaming, or
Yeah.
if you're in
Or
a straight
diving
line.
head
Diving
first.
head first.
Well, you know
In
what?
all
That
actuality, diving head first is not faster than jumping straight out, pointing your toes.
Pointing toes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? That brings us to, and we'll talk about the popular misconceptions in a minute. But I was reading one of them about. Have you heard that myth? If you stand on the Empire State Building and you throw a penny on
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
if it hits
it'll
somebody
go
in the
through
head,
somebody's head.
yeah, well, it will absolutely will not, because first of all, that penny is only ounces or grams. It's only grams
Yeah.
for
It's only
starters.
about a gram.
Yeah.
And you take that in with the fact that when that thing is tumbling as it's going down, it's the resistance
Yeah.
because it's flat. When they said if that thing hits you in the head like that, you would feel it. You'd be like, "Ooh, wow, what is that?" But that's all it would do. But that's a
We should try
popular
it.
misconception. People always think if you throw a
Should try
penny,
that
don't
live
throw
one
any
too.
chains off because you'll kill
It'll crack
somebody.
the cement.
You will not, crack
Well,
the
and the bad
cement.
part
It will
about
not
it-
crack the cement.
The bad part about it is too, anything that comes off of a building like that, it's going to smack into the side of the building before it hits the ground.
Yeah, probably wouldn't. That's going to slow it down.
Because of the wind and everything else, it's going to end up pushing into the building, and it's going to lose velocity that way.
Yeah.
But back to the heights story.
Yeah.
You know what cured my fear of heights.
What?
What you remember in the Marine Corps? Did you ever spy rig?
No, but I've seen guys do it.
Yeah.
You spot?
Yeah,
you did
yes,
that?
yeah,
No
yeah,
way, dude.
yeah,
Tell
And-
everybody what spy rigging
No,
is
spy
because
rigging is when you are hanging from a rope on the bottom of a helicopter. There's 1, 2, 3,
About
4,
five? Yeah.
There's 5 of you because there's three singles, and then on the bottom for the counterweight, there's 2 guys side by side. So what cured my fear of heights then was the once you got up over 50 feet,
yeah.
you knew you were going to die anyway. So
Yeah. So it didn't matter.
you know what? So you might as well just enjoy it.
Well, how about the when boot camp? Because I know both of you guys did. Like when you were at that tower in boot
Rappelling
camp.
tower.
Yeah, because that thing was like
Yeah.
50 feet off the ground or something like
Yeah.
that, and you had to do it like 3 different ways. One way was like face first, you know what I
Yep.
mean? You have to walk
Yep.
down. The other one was back first,
Yep.
straight down, and then you had to like they call it like the helo
Aussie
jump
style.
or something like
Yeah.
that, where you like just jump straight out and then stop yourself before
Yep.
you hit the bottom and die and break both your legs. And
What
but
about
that
those
scared
guys
the
that
hell
jump
out of
out?
me. I can't do heights, but I
See,
had to do
it's
that.
not heights that bothers me. It's that sudden stop whenever you fall.
Yeah, right at the bottom.
What about
man.
that guy that jumped, that jumps out of airplanes without the parachute and he lands in those nets?
in the net? Yeah.
Dude, I
Yeah,
mean,
no.
what are the chances of crazy wind catches you and you can't
Yep.
get back to that net?
Because it's all about
better
steering.
hope you're near a lake.
It's all about steering, right? You seen them
Yeah,
guys who like
yeah.
jump out there, but they do like they stiffen up like that and they shoot
Yeah,
down like a
just some-
rocket.
Yeah.
But because you parachuted, right?
Yeah.
So you just had, but you were in the service.
Mine was a traditional stand-up hookup, and basically, as soon as you jumped off, your chute started coming out.
Static line.
Yeah, static line.
So you were hooked up like up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You jumped out, and as soon as it did, it basically pulled the cord for
I
you.
didn't have
Yeah,
to do
it hooked to
anything.
the chute.
It's hooked to the chute, and it basically pulls the chute out. Now, once you get to the point where you're fully tensioned,
Right.
your body is as far down as it'll go, and it's got that static line as far up as it'll go. There's actually a breakaway from the static line to the parachute,
Yeah.
and that's what releases you out into the open air.
So did you have like this
So
parachute?
you never actually reach terminal velocity whenever you do the 5-jump chomp.
But did you have like the parachutes that where you could like steer it like this? You
No.
you grab this side and grab that side.
There
You didn't have
no,
that.
No.
You just fell down to the ground.
basically.
Yeah, basically, I just fell.
We're not doing that shit. We're not doing that.
And it's not exactly straight up and down. I mean, you are kind of moving whatever way the wind's blowing a little bit. So it's not exactly straight up and down all the time. But when you hit the ground, you hit the ground.
You got to tuck and roll, right?
Yeah, you're doing about 15 miles an hour. 15,
Stop,
20
drop,
miles
and
an hour.
roll.
Yeah, or you break your legs. They teach you how to fall, right? They teach you how to
Oh,
land.
yeah, you have to do that from 15 feet before you can even,
Really?
yeah,
You like jump
yeah,
and land and roll?
yeah. Tuck and roll.
Tuck and roll? Yeah, we're not doing it. Hey, you know what? Let's talk about this real quick because today is, what's the date today? Like the 18th or something? 17th of February?
something
If nobody remembered, February 12th was official Rogan Radio Day
In Shinston.
in Shinston. Yeah.
Wasn't
No,
there
it's not-
something that happened on February the 12th this year that was kind of spectacular out of Rogan Radio?
Yeah,
And
Oh,
Jimmy in
uh,
particular?
Courtney.
Oh, yeah.
Paulie Courtney won the.
Yeah, Paulie Courtney won the
tickets
Blake
to,
Shelton
Blake
tickets.
Shelton.
When is that? Somebody asked me that the other day.
February 23rd. I think?
Is it
Next
23rd?
Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Next
yeah.
Saturday? Did you get the tickets to her?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Was she very excited? Did she kiss you on the face?
I didn't see her in person.
You didn't?
No.
What did you do? How did you get them to her if you didn't see her in person?
You can
Airmail.
transfer them. Yeah, you can.
You mailed them to her?
No, he put on a parachute and then just send it.
You
You want me to
parachuted.
give her address and everything on the line?
Yeah,
too?
Route 1 box.
Yeah,
Rogan Radio Day. How? Listen, some people think it's not a big deal. I don't know. It's not national news.
I mean, it's not a big deal to
national
us,
news.
maybe to Chuck.
Yeah. But you know what? Listen, Chuck
You
had
know,
the.
this is Beck Radio, so we don't care about
Yeah.
Rogan Radio.
Yeah.
Why even bring that up?
No, because you know what? Because we all love Chuck. Don't we all love Chuck?
I
Well,
mean,
I guess.
Yeah, we love Chuck. And he had this vision. Because he's a radio guy, right? And he said, I just got to go one step higher.
yeah, he had this vision that he was going to
I
move
got-
away and give us to us.
Yeah, well, you know. Is he going to haul all this shit away with him?
No.
His house is going to be for sale.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I could buy it.
Uh-huh.
And then he'll leave all this crap here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Well.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But
Anyway.
anyhow, Rogan Radio Day is a very special day in all of our hearts. Because, you know, it's the city of Shinston has acknowledged Rogan Radio because we are a service. That's what my father-in-law asked me today. He said, you guys just do that for fun. What do you get out of it? He asked me that today. I said,
Yeah.
well, you know, I said, it's fun and we get together.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I drink all Chad's
dumb.
beer. But, Rogan Radio we give back to the community whenever we can.
And I think because a lot of the communities around here are pretty small and they don't have a lot of avenues for words to get out. So this is just another way to get things out to everybody that goes on around here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I've actually met
We
quite
help.
a few people here over the past, I'm going to say 6 months, that I would love to go ahead and get them in here on the show, but not knowing what's going on from one moment to the next, what they've got going on, what we might already have scheduled and stuff like that. You wouldn't believe how hard it is to actually get somebody in here dedicated to come in here.
Well,
Because
we got to get Parker Fulton in here for one thing.
Because we never know if we're going
Yeah.
to be online at 7, 7:05, 7:10.
7:15, 7:21.
You know what I mean? So
7:19.
I guess that would be hard to schedule.
It would absolutely be.
No, but I get it. No, the
No,
other
we got
people's, yeah.
Yeah, we've got some people that I'd really like to get in here and let them get their story out and everything.
That'd be cool.
Good avenues for
Yeah.
different things.
Yeah.
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 It'd be cool.
Yeah, Rogan Radio is a good thing. How long we're going to do it? 3.5 more years
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
before Chuck decides to
Before
pack
he
up all
moves
his
to
stuff and go to Florida.
Florida.
You seen some of the videos he's putting on
Florida.
Facebook?
Yeah.
He's having a good time.
Yep.
Whatever.
Yep.
And Michelle really wants to go down there.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't really want
Well,
to
that's
go.
all that matters. If Michelle wants to go, he's going.
Well, that's why they're in
Yeah,
Florida
yeah.
right now.
Regardless.
Because
Hey, call
Michelle
him up,
wanted
call
to
him
go.
up and interrupt his sunbathing.
You want to call him?
We can.
Call him up.
Call them up.
Let's see what's going on.
See if I could do it through this one here.
Do it through Messenger? You going to do it through Messenger?
Yeah, we'll do it through this.
Oh,
See if we
Chuck.
can do it that way. You know.
Crickets. And we're also going to get Rick McComas on the phone here. We're going to give him a call in a little bit because... Oh, here we go.
Yeah, we got to find out what's going on with the.
Yeah.
I think we got a call.
I think we got a call.
Hey, Chucky.
What are you doing, suckers?
Hey, buddy. What's going on?
Listen, let me tell you something. Let me tell you what just happened today alone, right?
Yeah.
We've been laying on the beach all day. It's 85 degrees down here, all right?
Yeah.
We're
uh-huh.
already tan. We look like lobsters. we've eaten like crazy.
It's not that much warmer.
We're listen, 85 freaking degrees. Listen, there's a lot of bass guitar players down here for the mere fact that I've seen so many G strings alone. There's a lot of talent down here.
I seen some of your
for the
pictures,
bass
Chuck.
guitar
I
players
seen some
down
of your
here.
pictures.
Yeah, I saw a video earlier
Holy
today.
moly. Let me tell you something.
Go ahead, tell us something. What's Michelle
No,
doing?
it's just fantastic.
What's Michelle doing right now?
Let me tell you. Well, let me tell you this. Michelle right now, she's taking a poop. But no, she's not. She's not. She's right here next to me. She's next to me right here. No, but let me tell you something. This is what because of like Rockstar, they do the Grand Theft Auto games. Then they had one a few years ago called Vice City. Okay,
Yeah, Vice
which
City.
is all down in
Few
Miami.
years ago.
Yeah, and you know what's great is that it is so. Listen, they do such a good job, and you don't really necessarily appreciate that until you actually get to the particular city that they're highlighting. Everything in Vice City, I swear to goodness, is just like. I mean, there's planes flying by. There's people parasailing on jet skis, or they're roller skating. They're riding bicycles. There was an 85-year-old dude. And I'm not even crapping you on this. He's out there doing. They're out there like on South Beach, right? Just like you see on TV shows. There's these muscle stations, and you got your muscle heads out there and all that kind of.
Were you out there, Chuck?
Which way to the beach?
Hey, my name's Mike. I'm on lift weights.
So there's this 85-year-old dude, and I'm not even exaggerating when I say this. He's doing pull-ups like he's like 19 years old. Listen, I can't even bend down to tie my shoes, and this guy's just knocking them out. Well, boom, 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 boom,
Pick
boom.
things up and I put them down.
Pick them up and I put
And
them
then he
down.
gets up there, and his 20-year-old girlfriend gives him the water as they get onto a freaking yacht with a helicopter on the back of it. I'm like, man, you're so bitches.
And you said, "Come back, Michelle. Come back."
Yeah, exactly. Oh, she's wanting to talk to you. Hold on now. This is going to be because she obviously loves Florida. She obviously loves Florida.
Yeah, I guess
so I'm
she
gonna
does.
Listen, I'm just here because of Michelle, even though I really do like it a lot. I mean, it's magnificent, but I'll never. Now listen to Now listen to this. I want you to get firsthand knowledge from a female's perspective on what it's like to be down here in Florida. Because we're out here, we're getting ready to go on a cruise actually. So we're waiting on the boat now. They're loading up, so we won't have a lot of time. But so I'll let you talk to Michelle real quick.
All right, let's talk to Michelle.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Michelle.
Hey.
How's it going
I'm
down there?
actually on the balcony because there's live music at the Tiki Bar right below us.
Hey, Michelle,
At the
you're
So
not.
I'm trying to.
What kind of bar did you say? G-string
A
bars?
Tiki Bar.
Oh, okay. I thought you said something
A
else.
Tiki Bar.
Hey,
Yeah, so I'm listening to the music at the Tiki Bar
we miss you.
while Chuck was pooping.
No. Chuck said you was pooping, Michelle.
Chuck was pooping. I was on the balcony.
You guys having a good time? Because you know what? We miss you here at Rogan Radio.
I miss you guys, but I love Florida a little bit more. Not way more, but I just want you guys to come to Florida with us.
Well, we didn't get an invitation.
Yeah, maybe next time. Maybe we'll go as a Rogan Radio group.
Well, what, you've got 3.5 years notice.
I know. We were just talking about that, how when Rogan Radio ends.
Yeah.
What are we going to do when Rogan Radio ends?
Put your stuff up for sale. Come on. You got 3.5 years.
Damn. I got to wait till my grandkids get out of high school.
Yeah,
That's a little more than 3.5
I'll,
years.
You'll be
dead, I'll be
Leave 'em
dead
down
then.
with ya.
I don't
Leave
think
'em
there's too
down
many.
with ya.
I don't
Especially
think
when
there's
they
too
keep
many
having
goat
them.
farms in Miami.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
goat
right.
farms. Can't take the grandkids. You guys are going to be down there by yourself, Michelle. I'm sorry.
Oh, they'll be coming.
Hey, how did you get Chuck on that zip line? Was that your idea or his idea?
Listen. The zip line was not my idea. I've never zip lined in my life. I was scared to death. I'm
Really?
terrified of heights.
Because you had
Terrified
that.
of heights.
You had your
the
phone.
video,
You were
yeah.
videoing like a champ, man. You did not miss a beat. He
Like it was
in,
professional.
he was in frame the whole time. You must
I
not.
did video, but I had a few beers prior to.
No.
And one of those
What?
big,
Really?
huge $50 margaritas, like a $50 margarita.
$50 margarita.
Wow, you drink that
Yeah.
thing slow, Michelle.
And a few beers. So Chuck says, we're going to get in line.
Yeah.
I said, okay. So the line was really long. So I was big and brave at the back of the line.
Hell yeah, you were.
The closer we got, I'm like, I don't think I can do this, babe. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Well, then when it got up to my turn, I tried to run off, and Chuck would not let me. He's like, no, we stood in line too long. You're going to go. So they put the things on me, and then you got to climb the stairs. And I'm climbing, and I'm climbing. And I'm like, I don't think I can do this.
Yeah,
He was behind me going, go, go, go.
I know. It was more than 15. Was it more than 15 feet
It
off the
was
ground?
tall enough for me. That's all I know.
Whatever.
Carol,
then
Carol
I
wants
get
to know
up.
how drunk he was.
Yeah, how drunk was Chuck? No, how drunk is he right now?
Are you drunk right now? I don't think he's drunk right now. No,
Really?
we're not drunk right now.
You guys aren't having a
We have
good
an early
time.
flight tomorrow.
If you don't know, you
We're
are.
trying to be good tonight. I'm like, I don't think so.
Oh, no.
So anyways, the very, very end where I get ready to jump off, and I said, I can't do this. And he said, we have to go at the same time or you can't video me. And I said, okay. So I jumped.
You jumped. Well, you did a good job.
Yeah, you
did a
did
good
really
job.
Good job.
Well, literally, my eyes were closed the whole time. So how I got the video, I couldn't even tell you. It was pure luck.
Well,
It
it
worked
was a
out.
good video.
My eyes were closed.
video.
I was screaming, and I may have peed myself just a little.
Hey, well, listen, were you wearing a two-piece when you went down that zip line?
I was.
Then how come Chuck
And I
didn't
didn't
record
have
you?
shoes on.
You didn't have shoes on?
But I didn't wear shoes. No. And like Chuck was fully clothed with shoes on. I didn't understand why. And then you get up there, and then the steps and like the platform was those really like big metal holes. So it was really hard to walk on.
Yeah.
So I was up there and I was like, ow, I can't even walk. So I was like, okay, do I go down the steps with no shoes on again after I already come up, or do I just jump?
Jump. And you
Give the
jumped.
I
feet
just
some relief.
jumped.
Well, we're glad.
I
we're-
just
you know what?
jumped.
You conquered your fear, Michelle, and you went down, and you'll do it again.
I did.
You'll do
It
it
was
again.
my first time.
With shoes on. You'll
One
do it
and
with
done, boys. One and done. I'm one and done.
One and done.
Anyway.
Well, hey, listen, we're not going to keep you guys on here because you guys got like some kind of a cruise or something to go on.
Yeah, we have a flight to catch in the morning.
Oh, you're coming back. You're coming back tomorrow, aren't you?
We are. I don't want to talk about it, but yeah, we are.
I'm sorry, Michelle. Well, hey, listen.
about that?
You know what?
We
want
are.
we want you guys to finish out your evening, have a good time, have a few drinks, have a few $50 margaritas, and think about us here at Rogan Radio, where it's 31 degrees outside.
Beck Radio.
Beck Radio,
we
where
are
it's 31
thinking about
degrees
you guys.
outside. Okay.
We love and miss you.
All right.
Love
We
and
love
miss
we
you.
love and miss you too.
Dun, dun, dun.
Bye.
Rock it out, guys.
All right. Bye, Michelle.
See ya. Nice flight.
All right. That was Chuck and Michelle down in where the hell are they at? Vice
Miami, Florida.
Vice City.
Vice
City.
Isn't that what he said? There? Vice City?
Well,
South Beach, I think.
South
Beach.
Beach.
Is that where like all the that's where all the
Is that
school
a-
kids go for like spring break and all that?
Is that what it is?
That's where all the murders happen,
Oh, down in Vice City.
I guess.
Is that right? Is that why we're playing this music? Vice City.
I think so.
All
Hey,
right.
thinking of cool music like that, what about the, what do you think about the Mandalorian stuff being completed first season films or whatever? Star Wars. For
Listen.
those of you that are interested, mainly men probably. out
Yeah,
there.
we just lost all of our lady listeners.
Just,
I bet-
Star Wars,
Go ahead.
Mandalorian. I guess what's it called? I don't even know what it's called now. I think
No, I think it's just Mandalorian.
the
right?
Mandalorian. Yeah, it's complete. They're doing a series.
Because
It's kind of like
I-
an offshoot of Star Wars.
Yeah, I listen to a podcast called Rebel Force Radio. You listen to that?
No, no.
You don't listen to that? You should.
No. Oh, it's I'm gonna have to listen to it.
Because you're a Star Wars nerd too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, just me and you.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
Darren.
I like Star Wars, but I'm not as bad
Yeah.
as y'all.
You're not a nerd.
Yeah, I'm not quite into it as much as what y'all are.
Anyhow, I've heard about this in the works. And is it animated or is it live action?
I think it's live action.
Is it live action?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? If you get your Star Wars through like Netflix and all that, Disney's got their own app coming out probably this fall, I think. So Disney is or Star Wars is a property of Disney now.
Yeah.
So anything you want to watch as far as that's concerned, Marvel or Disney or Star Wars, is all going to be on that app. So you're going to have to watch it through. You have to pay the premium, whatever it's going to be on there. $10 a month, $11 a
I don't
month.
care. It's gonna be so. The series is set to follow the events after Return of the Jedi and follows the adventures of a lone gunfighter in the New Republic.
Ah,
I'm going to watch it.
sounds
Yeah.
good.
That's probably going to be on Disney HD. That's where I watched. That's where I watched. What the hell was that? There was an animated series that just came out. No, it's Disney. What the hell was it? I can't remember. I'll think about it in a minute. But I like Star Wars. I'm a big nerd. And you know
Me
what?
too.
Episode 8 comes out in December.
Yeah.
And everybody was waiting for that big reveal at the Super Bowl. But they never had one.
No.
We thought we'd see a teaser trailer or something, but no, they didn't come out with a single thing. Chad's telling me that we're going to move on.
That's because he doesn't like Star Wars.
No, I'm just reminding him of another segment that he wanted to do. That's all.
Yeah, right. He probably wants to talk about Mary Poppins or something like that, not like a cool Star Wars.
Do you hear this music? Dun, 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 dun. Doesn't this make you feel like you want me to turn it up a little bit?
Yeah, there's a little bit.
You like that?
I do.
I like that.
Oh, these are 20. Well, we're not going to do all 20. These are awesome historical words that we should bring back.
Absolutely.
We will give you the word, and then we give you the definition of the word, and you'll say, you know what? That makes a lot of sense.
I'm gonna start using some of these.
Do you got it on your?
I got one up.
Go ahead.
You got one? Go ahead.
The one I would like to see coming back, the historical word peg puff.
Peg puff.
Peg puff. It means a young woman with the manners of an old one. Oh, she's such a peg puff.
She's such a peg puff. Sorry. Go ahead.
I got one for you.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Fudgel.
Fudgel.
The act of giving the impression of work, but actually doing nothing.
Hey, there's a lot of fudgels around.
Chuck and I are a couple pretty good fudgels.
You are a fudgel.
I got one.
Go ahead.
Oh, you're stealing mine. Go ahead.
Are you sure?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Can you say it? That's a long English word there, buddy.
Let me give it a try.
Yeah.
Ultra crepidarian.
Ultra crepidarian.
Yeah.
Ultra crepidarian.
Yeah.
I know somebody that fits in this description, but I won't say who. But
You can tell us after the show.
someone who gives an opinion on subject they know nothing about.
Oh.
I like that one.
You like that one?
Yeah, I like that.
You got one, Darren? Because I got one
Oh,
right
I
here.
did. Go ahead.
All right, I got
gotta
one. It's
find
called.
it.
It's
He
called.
stole mine.
It's called twaddling.
I like
Yeah,
this
this
one.
one. Yeah,
I
I
like
twaddling.
this. The meaning too. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
twaddling is gossiping idly about important things.
Unimportant things.
Oh, excuse me, I read that wrong.
Yeah.
That's too
There's
many.
a lot of twaddlers around.
Yeah, you're a twaddler. What?
All right, I got one.
Darren?
Yep. Dysania.
Dysania. I don't.
Dysania. Someone who has extreme difficulty getting out of bed in the morning.
Oh, that's not,
That is
like
me.
me.
That is me.
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you're a Twasilian.
Especially, like beginning of the week.
Oh,
It's
Monday?
always, yeah.
When you get up on Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this Tuesday will be, right?
This Tuesday will
Yeah,
be.
yeah.
Unless
I
I
like,
decide to call.
I think I'm going to be sick.
Oh,
I
and,
like
and
this
here's
one.
one right here.
All right.
And for those out there that do not too much care for our
I was just looking at this one too.
our present commander-in-chief, Trumpery. Things that look good but are basically worthless.
Yeah. Some of the views and
That is
opinions on the
legit-
show do
a
not
legit
respect
word.
do not reflect the opinion the views and opinions of the.
Now,
I like. Go ahead.
here's an older word that should be brought back, but I've actually heard this a time or two.
What is it?
Jargle.
Jargle?
Yeah, I did.
Jargle.
Heard that, yeah.
To confuse or jumble up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
It's kind of like twaddling a little bit, but different, I guess.
Oh, yeah, I'd
Jargon,
still like twaddling better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
good.
jargon. Yeah. I like, and I think this might be the one you were looking at, Todd. I like humdurgy.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now.
It's an imaginary illness.
Yes.
And I think that happens a lot.
It
with
does.
us.
I need that on Tuesday.
Yeah. I think that happens a lot. Yeah.
And
I just like this music, man.
here's one for our owner down in Florida right now.
Yeah.
Cockalorum.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Chad had.
Cockalorum.
Hey, you
A small
cockalorum.
man with a big opinion of himself.
Yeah. Sorry.
Why
we
does
love
that
you,
fit?
Chuck? Sorry, Chucky. Here's the one right here. It's called. I'm going to butcher this up. It's called Crapalooius. Is that right?
Crapulous.
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 Feeling ill as a result of eating too much food. You're like, oh my God, I feel
do that all the time.
Thanksgiving Day.
I like the accent.
Oh, I
I'm
feel
gonna have to use it.
crapulous. Oh, you know why? Because I've eaten too much food.
Yeah, but you know what?
Crapulous.
The word doesn't make you sound very
It
intelligent.
does.
Yeah.
It's crapulous.
Oh, excuse me. I feel crapulous. What? That's what Chuck was feeling, I guess, at the hotel. She said he was in there pooping.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
feeling crapulous.
Well, in all actuality, what Michelle was feeling as they were going down the zip line would have been more like zwatter. Zwatter. To be
Zima
in
and
a
water?
to be in a drowsy, fuzzy state.
What's
Oh,
it?
Chuck's
What is
always
it?
like
What is
that.
it? What is it?
Zwatter.
Zwatter.
To be in a drowsy, fuzzy state. Isn't that?
That's
Isn't
like
that
when
the
you-
same thing as
wow.
being tipsy?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's just like drinking too much beer.
There you
You're like,
go.
Oh my God, I feel swaddler.
Yeah. Hey, that sounded more
You're as bad as
intelligent.
Chuck messing words up.
Yeah, swaddler. I don't know what he said. How about hugger mugger? Did you do hugger mugger? This is for you, Jim, because you know you're in the coal. Well, you're the coal mines and all that. Listen, secretive or covert behavior. Ooh. Oh, because you know the coal
The
mines.
safety. He's the safety coordinator.
Because he's a
down
safety
there.
coordinator, so you
He's
have
got to go in there and make sure that these
Yeah.
guys
Do
are
secret
doing
hugger
things.
muggers.
And you know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were a hugger mugger.
Secret hugger mugger. I like shiviness.
Oh,
It's I think that's how you say it.
Yeah.
The uncomfortable feeling of wearing new underwear.
Well, you complain all the time.
have shiviness.
Oh, if you're shipping this roll, eh?
Is that
shiviness in my drawers.
hey, is that a new way of saying a wedgie?
I think so, yeah.
Is that what it is?
I've got these new underwear. That is so
Okay, give it
shiviness.
shiviness.
Roll him roll
Yeah.
Roll there in my
I
nether.
should have washed
Right
my
in my
underwear.
bum.
Let's go right there. You got one, Chad?
No. I'm
Oh, you
out.
don't got one?
it.
How about
I'm out.
F-lock? F-lock.
Elf lock.
Oh, it's up there on the screen, isn't it?
Yeah.
Elf-lock. A word that describes tangled hair, as if matted by elves. Who the hell gets it? Like
Isn't
she
that
wakes
the same-
up in the morning.
Wait a
and says,
minute. Isn't that the same thing as dreadlocks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of these
Why's it got
words.
to be elves? How come it can't be dwarfs?
That's racist.
That's
you
right.
are racist. Elf-lock. Let's do one more.
I like that.
I think
what
it's
is
about
that?
all 20 of them.
Is that Calipagian?
Some of these I just don't.
Calipagian, I think.
I'm skipping.
It's having a beautiful, well-shaped buttocks.
Oh. Like some of them girls down there.
Todd, you
South
have
Bay.
such a Calipagian.
Oh, that's the nicest thing you've ever said to me. Oh, that's.
Sometimes it's better people not knowing what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yes, having a beautiful. Right there it is. Having a beautiful, shaped, well-shaped buttocks.
Look at Chuck down there. How about Peter Puffer? He's such a dope.
Peter Puffer. Shut the hell up, Chuck. All right, we're gonna rock on here. Hey, listen. You know what we have?
Hey, Pam.
You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do a. Remember the last time I did Rogan Radio? We did a Starman update.
Yeah.
Remember Starman?
Yes.
Where's he at now?
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. If you go to whereisroadster.com, you can track him. And
Where
it'll show
is-
you where he was from, from when they
Yeah.
started
Yeah,
to
yeah.
all the way up to like 2020 or something like that.
Where is Roadster?
Whereisroadster.com? Because Elon Musk, you know why he put that thing up in space? Because Elon Musk has the Falcon Heavy.
Tons of
right?
money.
Yeah, he's got a shitload of money. But he shot that Falcon Heavy up into space, and it was a maiden voyage, and they didn't want to put a satellite on there because they thought, well, you know what, if it blows up,
Then we lose.
then
all
we
that.
lose a satellite. So he put a Tesla Roadster in there, and there's a couple things I learned about that. There's 3 things on that thing. Is pretty. He's got like on the dashboard of that thing is a little Hot Wheels Roadster.
Yeah.
He has in there on the dashboard. You guys ever watch what the hell is the name of that show? Elon Musk is a big fan of that. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh, yeah.
Right there on the screen on the car, it says, "Don't panic." If you ever watch Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, you'll understand that. And there's a circuit board on that thing that says, "Made on Earth by humans." I guess in case that thing ever get the aliens beam it aboard their mothership and they can check it out, they know where it came from. But that thing right now, if you go on to where'sroadster.com, you can actually see where it is right now, and they project a path because he shot this thing out into space with the intention of it orbiting, it's going out and circling Mars, and then just doing a rotation from Mars all the way back around. You know what I mean? So it's but they said that the scientists have done these calculated what's it called? These orbital possibilities of how this thing where it's going to rotate around Mars and Earth right there, and they're giving it a 6%. They're giving it a 6% chance that that thing will crash on Earth and a 2.5% crash that'll crash on Venus in 3.5 million years.
Oh my God!
So it's neat how this thing is not being propelled by anything, just its own momentum when it
Just
got
the
shot
initial
out
thrust.
there.
What I want to
Well,
know
they-
is, was there gas in the tank, and were,
Oh,
the, and were the keys in the ignition?
See, yeah, it
So
had
somebody gets it.
it had a and another thing I read about that thing was that when that thing over time, because it's not protected like this the space station or anything,
Yeah.
but the radiation. They said
Take
we'll
the paint
just
off
yeah
that and
it'll
stuff.
it'll take everything, the interior, the rubber tires, everything. So
Yeah,
you
I'm
know,
sure paint would be off too.
yeah, it'll probably just completely eat up everything on that thing.
So it won't be around when there's a chance for it to hit. the
Yeah,
Earth,
probably. If it is, it's just going to be a metal, because it'll take everything.
metal
That
spot.
radiation will
It'll
take
burn up
everything.
when the atmosphere
Yeah,
coming back in.
yeah, it probably would if it doesn't hit in the Venus first. But yeah, that was pretty neat because everybody wants to know what the hell
Yeah.
where the hell
So
that
where
thing
is he at right now?
Right now, he's if you look at the universe,
Yeah.
you got the sun in here, you
Yeah.
got the Earth over here, and you got the Roadster over here. So it's pretty much
on the other side.
Yeah, it's pretty much on the other side, getting ready to make us. I think they said the orbit of that thing's about every year and a half it'll make an orbit around.
Yeah.
So that thing's going to be out there.
Should have
for
shot that thing straight out,
ever.
because that way maybe some alien ship would wreck into it.
You think so?
Better have
I
insurance.
wonder. Yeah, I was gonna say.
There's an insurance card in the glove box.
But it's neat because if you go on to roadster.com, it will show you everything as far as mileage, because this thing is, they can actually, track the mileage and everything as far as how far it is away now.
Yeah.
And it'll give you the miles per gallon if it was using fuel,
Yeah.
and it'll give you all that shit. The warranty. But it's pretty neat.
What
Roadster.com.
would
Check
be
that out
cool-
for
what would
Starman
be-
update.
What would be cool is if the odometer was moving as it was going.
yeah.
Hey, you don't happen to know how fast it's traveling now?
Oh, you know what? No, I don't. I don't. Darren, can you
I
look
thought
at
you
it?
were prepared.
No. How fast this thing's going right now? I'm gonna go to
Yeah, because I'm sure like over 50,000 miles per hour, maybe.
I'm sure it's pretty. You don't really think of that as, like you're like, holy crap, that's fast. But when you're out in space, it doesn't. Speed is different. It's
Speed is-
Yeah,
yeah.
we don't recognize here on Earth. It's possible out there. So
Wow, what I'm pulling up is not that. Okay, it doesn't really matter. I told Darren when we started this
it
thing it was
doesn't
going to be a shit show.
yeah, I'm just curious.
Hey, do you want to make one more phone call before we get off here? Let's talk to Rick McComas and let's find out how that.
Well, once it left the Earth Moon gravity, its velocity it'll stay about the same.
Yeah,
It's 3.5 kilometers per second.
What's
That's 2 miles
It's about
So
2 miles.
so that's
per second.
yeah.
2 miles per second?
So or about 6,700 miles per hour faster than Earth's velocity.
See, that's pretty
that
damn
thing's
fast.
just cruising.
Yeah, he's moving pretty quick.
Yeah, they dressed him in a
Spacesuit.
Yeah, spacesuit.
Yeah.
Yeah, a NASA. What would be like a NASA spacesuit?
So
Did you-
that'll be protected.
You think it would be?
Well,
Hey,
they're
we also-
protected out there when they go out.
Well, yeah,
right?
but you figure he's out there. That thing's it's a convertible, so he's out there just
Yeah, but
completely.
there's no,
It's
yeah,
probably
but there's
burning
like
up.
no wind or anything.
With the
in
wind through
space.
his
Well, I'm
hair?
talking about the radiation from the sun. There's no protection from the radiation.
Yeah.
It's just completely on him. It's gonna burn up. I don't even think he'll be in that car when it gets around a couple more times. He might be.
If they're saying 2 miles per second, they're talking about 7,200 miles per hour.
7,200 miles an hour. Damn, that is so fast.
That doesn't even exist here.
Have you guys ever seen the International Space Station?
Yeah.
Like fly over top of your
Earth,
in the sky. Yeah, we see. Me and the daughter went out. Yeah, we
Yeah.
seen that.
It's
and we,
moving across the sky.
that
buddy,
thing is freaking
for the
flying,
amount
man.
of for the amount of distance it's traveling.
It's funny how
Yeah,
that
but
thing.
is it really moving, or is that the Earth moving so fast that you think it's?
It traveling
So,
at the
like,
same
I mean-
time.
Well, I think
Oh, they're
it's,
traveling the same direction.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if they're the same direction or not. It could be the fact that the Earth is rotating one direction and the space
yeah, and that's right
station's
in the
going
other. So it's like looks like it's going faster than it is, or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it might be. I don't know.
I don't,
We'd
I
have
don't know. I'd have to look that
a
up.
little too much research to try to
Yeah.
find out that answer right
It's
now.
a little
but
too nerdy right now. We're gonna lose anybody.
Too nerdy. You want to
Too
give
late.
you want to
Lost
give
half
Rick
of 'em.
you want to give Rick McComas a call real quick.
I don't know who that is. I don't have him on my phone.
You don't have him on there. Let me see if I get him on my. I sent him a friend's request today, and I said, "Hey man, you want to get on the show?" He's like,
Hey,
"Yeah,
man."
yeah, dude, to get on the show." I said, "All right, get on the show."
Hey man,
Yeah,
right.
Chuck
Name
down
Todd
there in
back.
Florida. He said that was Elon's first Tesla car he made.
Oh, really? Was
yeah,
it?
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
That sucks because that thing's probably worth a ton.
Not anymore.
All right, let's call Rick real quick. Here we go.
Better turn that up. Is that Freedom Rock, man? Hey,
Freedom.
turn it up.
Hey, Rick. Hello. Hey, what's going on, buddy? Hey, Rick.
Hello.
Hello. Rick.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now, Rick?
Nope, he hung up.
He didn't want to talk to you.
All right. Well, that's not going to work.
Oh,
All right.
We'll try call. We'll call Rick back next week when Chuck gets on the phone.
yeah. He knows how to work it better.
Hey, you guys want
I
to talk?
don't.
Let's talk about misconceptions. Does everybody know what a misconception is? And then, you think you know something, but really you don't.
I know what conception is.
No, conception. Yeah, you do. You got a couple of kids, Jim. You know what
I
conception
don't
means.
know about misconception.
Oh no, we talked about misconceptions earlier. Remember, with the dime or with
Maybe
the
you-
penny jumping off of the. Oh, he's calling back.
Oh,
Hold on, let me plug in. Is this right, Jim?
Yeah.
Jim, is this the right one?
Yeah, that's the one I always use.
Hello.
Hey, Rick. Rick, are you there?
He can't hear us.
I don't
We
know.
can hear you, but you can't hear us.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
You don't even know which one that is, do you?
Nope, we're hanging up. All right. Well, we were going to talk to Rick Comas. He is he's the troop leader for the Scout 59,
Pack 59.
Pack 59
Pack
there
59.
in Shinston, and they had a food drive on what was it, last Saturday? I think.
Last Saturday, yeah.
Where they went around and they left a bunch of flyers and things in people's boxes just for donation for
Thanks.
Lord's Pantry right there in Shinston. So we were just going to call and see how everything went with that. I
Get
think they
an
got like
update.
over 1,100 items or something
Yeah.
like
Well, I was
that.
going to
there was a
say, I
post
did
about
see
it.
a picture of it on Facebook, and let me tell you
on
something.
Rogan
They got a
Radio,
pretty
yeah.
good. They
Yeah.
got a pretty good stack of food that was handed out.
Well, you
Yeah.
know what? That's
Yeah.
good because you never know. Like they were like Chuck was talking last night or last Sunday when he was in there. We had a lot of these people with that furlough, that government shutdown,
Yeah.
and it's hard to believe that you think you work for the government, and you got you
Yeah.
work for the government, so you're making big wages and all that.
Yeah, right.
But when time goes 1 week, 2 week, 3 weeks, and you're not getting paid, if you don't have a little something for a rainy day, you know what? You may need help from something like the Lord's Pantry, where you can go and get stuff you need for your family. So that's what they did. They got together and with all the scouts, and they went out and they handed out flyers to a bunch of residents there in Shinston,
Yeah.
and I guess they got a pretty good turnout.
Sweet.
So they can fill them back. So if anybody needs,
Fill 'em back up.
yeah, fill them back up because you know what? It's all donation based.
Yeah.
So the more people to give, they can stock them for people who need them in the future. So that is a good thing.
Sure
It
is.
sure is, Mo. Let's give a couple popular misconceptions. You guys got that pulled up on there? Oh, here's one. Here's one for Bruce.
Negative.
Here's one for Bruce. Bruce, what does sushi mean?
Sushi
Yeah,
is food for me.
raw fish, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's thinking what's for, but you know what? Sushi is actually translated as sour tasting.
Really?
Yeah. The translation for sushi is sour. Now that's
that-
what this
that-
says,
that-
Bruce. That's what it says. Is that right?
Listen, prove us wrong, Bruce.
That's something I need to do research myself.
Well, I'm just saying the internet don't lie. Abraham Lincoln said if it's on the internet, it must be true.
Here's another one. You know what? I'm going to hammer on Brucey with another one because he's going to have to do some more research.
All right.
Fortune cookies. They were originally invented by Japanese Americans before being widely adopted by the Chinese culture.
That I was told that it was not. I mean, actually born in the state of California.
Yeah, I heard that, California.
Yeah, but it's not. It's technically it wasn't for the Chinese. It's not Chinese made that I know of.
Right. But
Yeah.
where do you get fortune cookies at usually? In like Chinese restaurants, right?
Yeah, but it was born in California.
Yeah, listen, I had sushi last night. Oh my god, I went to that volcano place for the first
Yeah,
time.
that's what I.
I usually go to Ogawa
Ogawa?
or whatever,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I went over to Volcano and it was awesome.
They're not tight when it comes to sushi. It's got the more.
Yeah, it's got a lot more,
More
like
volume to
meat
it.
in it.
Yep.
Yeah, well,
I've never ate sushi.
good.
Huh?
I've never ate sushi.
Or take your wife.
You don't know what
Up to
you're
Morgantown?
missing.
Yeah.
Go to the
Volcano
sushi bar.
and-
Go to
Yeah.
the volcano.
Video's frozen.
And that's what's that?
The video's frozen.
Uh-oh.
No, it seems to be working on mine.
Is it working?
Maybe
It looks like it's frozen
maybe
on
on a
chip.
delay. I don't know.
Yeah, it might be. I've never had
Well, I
sushi.
mean, on my screen, everything's frozen.
Oh, your whole screen's frozen up.
Yeah, all cameras, every camera.
Maybe it's the internet.
Does that mean the show's over?
I don't know.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, I'm seeing frozen.
Yeah, I see a frozen screen now.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it.
You think that's it?
Well, Carol just said good stuff. Frozen for me too, Rachel said. So evidently,
Yeah.
it's frozen, but they could still hear us, I bet.
Oh, you
Yeah.
think- Well, we're still recording on here, so.
Hey, we can give up.
You want to give up?
No.
Let's give up so easy, Bruce.
Chuck says audio's fine.
Yeah.
Audio's fine.
Well, we'll stay there until I
So
can
we'll
figure
Yeah.
stay there. Yeah,
Yeah.
if the video comes back, it does. If not, hey, then we'll just.
Hey.
All right, here's one for you. You got one?
I got one. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll do it. Just real quick. The dark side of the moon, right? Everybody thinks, oh, the dark side of the moon.
That's where the Bermuda Triangle goes.
That's exactly where it is. There is no such thing as a dark side of the moon.
Yeah.
No, there is not. It says, as the moon is constantly rotating around its own axis, there is no area of the planetoid, the moon, which is in permanent darkness. It's always light. Everything. The front side, we
about
just
that?
never see the back side of the moon, so everybody says, well, it must be dark, the dark side of the moon. No, there's no such thing. It's all light all the way. I think it's the Chinese just put a rover up there. Did you hear about that?
Really?
Yeah.
On the moon?
They
Yeah.
just put a rover on the what we call the dark side of the moon. I don't know what they're doing with it. Maybe that- Yeah.
I think that they're trying to overcome it and go into Mars too.
You think so?
See, here's the thing that I want to know if it's a misconception too, that people got the dark side of the moon from the fact that
Pink Floyd?
no, they couldn't. the fact that they couldn't didn't think that it ever got light and everything. I don't think that's the right reason why it became known as the dark side of the moon. If I'm not mistaken, there is a section where when the astronauts would go around the orbit, the moon, they call it was the dark side of the moon because they had no communication.
Yeah,
link.
absolutely.
block
They had
communications.
no
Yeah, I think
communication.
you're right.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And that's one thing I learned about that Chinese rover that they put on there. They actually had
back.
to put. They actually had to put like a hub, I guess, or like a middleman, a satellite, so they could send the transmissions from China to this
Satellite.
satellite
Yeah.
that would shoot to the one on the
Yeah.
dark side of the
Yeah.
moon.
Yeah.
Because once you get on that side, there's no transmissions.
Yeah,
Can't be
the
Yeah, I
made.
think
transmissions are
Chad's
done
right.
by line of sight.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
And if there's no line of sight, there's no transmission.
Yeah.
That's why.
I mean,
Gotcha.
who believes that we actually landed on the moon? There's a conspiracy right there. You think we landed on the
I
moon?
don't know. I mean,
Some
we're only what?
validated it.
We're only, 30, 40 years from that, and we already had rovers on Mars?
Yeah, I know, but you know what? Before that, and then all of a sudden, I don't know. I don't. If you go to
We could go to the moon right now. I'm sure we could go to the moon.
We
now.
could.
So
Maybe.
why don't they?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because the
Just establish
Decepticons,
some Decepticons.
Decepticons told NASA to
I
stop.
would say they could build some base camps up there and see what they could do some mining.
Hey, what about chameleons? How many people think chameleons change their color for their environment?
Oh, I do.
Depends on the chameleon, I think.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so.
Believe it or not, chameleons actually change color as a response to mood, temperature, communication, and light instead of the object they are touching.
Oh, how about that?
Instead of the object they're touching.
So if it's a female, it's red all the time because it's always pissed off for some reason that the guy
yeah,
did.
it's always mad.
Yeah, Chuck said the moon and the Earth spin on an axis in such a way that the Earth never sees the far side of the moon.
Yeah,
not
that's
the
what I
dark
mean. You
side.
never see the far side, so they call that the dark side. That's what I've always heard.
But it's not always dark. It's just
It's
there's
not.
always a spot that you can't see.
Right,
I
yeah,
guess.
so that's why I say that's the dark. What the hell is he doing commenting on the freaking
I don't
podcast?
know.
He's supposed to be going on some kind of love cruise with his woman or something.
I'd be like,
Have you ever heard people say that you only use 10% of your brain?
That I heard it's accurate. I heard it's 8%.
Okay,
Yeah.
8%. It says
yeah, I think that's what I heard because the people that can use like telekinesis, all these special things,
use
Yeah.
way
use 10%
more percent
or
yeah.
something like that.
It says neurologists describe the myth as false and state that we virtually use every part of our brain, and that most of the brain is active almost all the time. So that's false.
I think that's why I crave the food all the time.
You think so?
Stay
Because I've always
active.
seen
Well,
that.
Isn't there what we tell our kids? You know, we can tell you're doing the work, but you're not living up to your full potential.
Yeah, we say that
Okay,
a lot.
I got that.
So
Get that.
couldn't that same thing? Yeah, the brain is doing the work in all the areas, but the brain isn't using its
Full
self
potential.
to its full potential.
or maybe they're just lazy and they could do a lot more and they don't.
Yeah.
So you're describing a millennial.
Yeah, I got a couple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Mars is red.
the red planet.
That's
Well,
what it says. But you
it's
know
kind
what?
of
If you,
dust, it's got like the dust is kind of reddish and
yeah, but it says right here the red color. Now this is funny. I don't know where this. They spell color. How do you spell color? COLOR, right?
Yeah.
Color.
not LOUR.
Yeah, they say it COLOUR.
COLOUR.
What is that a different? Just
This is
I've seen
from
it before.
actually from the UK. If you actually
Is that
really
why?
look through this whole thing,
Is that
this
what
is
it-
all from the UK, and that's how
Maybe
the
that's
UK
how they
actually.
It says the red color we see in images of Mars is just the result of iron rusting. I guess
So
There
it's
must be a
still
lot of
reddish.
The
I mean,
vast
Yeah.
majority of
Hey,
Mars is iron.
Let me get a report from the fans. Is the video okay?
Well, it went down, then it
Yeah,
came back up.
yeah.
It was.
Well,
it
I've
looks
been,
like
I've
it's
been
up
screwing
now.
with the cameras trying to get them to restart. So
Yeah, I mean it looks all right.
there's a
now.
couple of them that won't restart, but I
That's
got the
fine.
important ones. So okay.
My end, I can see it. It's moving too.
Anyway,
Hey, who thinks that Mount Everest is the tallest mountain in the world?
do. I think it is.
the tallest mountain above water.
There you go. Some people say Mount Everest is the tallest mountain in the world. While Mount Everest is officially deemed as the tallest mountain in the world, experts claim that it may not be. The summit of Everest is officially higher above sea level than any other summit.
Mhm.
But Mauna Kea
Mauna Kea.
or
Mauna
Mauna
Kea.
Kea, Mauna
Yeah,
Kea
yeah,
It's in Hawaii.
is the tallest when it's measured from its base to its summit.
So from the base to the head,
Yeah.
we call
Yeah,
that.
that's
And I think
from the
it's-
base it's underwater
Yeah.
all the
Oh,
way
I
to
see.
the
To
top.
the head.
But
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think is the head still underwater? The head, the summit of the mountain is it still?
No.
underwater
It's probably
or is
just
it
a
out?
small island.
Oh, is it an island?
No, it's a volcano on the Big Island. It's,
Oh,
it's
okay.
one of, there's Mauna Kea and Mauna Loa. Mauna Kea is the one
Gotcha.
that's erupting.
Oh, that's the one.
Mauna Loa is dead. Yeah.
Okay.
You know a lot about Hawaii.
Well, I was stationed there for 4 years.
Were you really?
shoot,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, that what a horrible place to be
I
stationed.
know.
Hey, it's all
Hey, Wiz,
it's
man.
all good for about the first month, 2 months.
Then you get island
But
sickness.
yeah, because you can drive around the whole island in like 5.5 hours.
And that's it.
Yeah,
And then you're stuck
yeah,
there, and
yeah.
you're like,
I mean, there's always something to do, but I mean, because you can, but it's just the same stuff every day for 4 years
yeah, just like being
until
married
Desert
for
Storm hit. Then I got a
27
break.
But you want to do one more?
Any
Then
more misconceptions?
Darren's got The Walking Dead tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you know what I did see when we were doing the misconceptions? You were talking about the moon. He did post a picture up there, and it had Bill and Ted. Did you know they were filming Bill and Ted's 3?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
right there.
did.
Yeah, there's Von Haggerty with Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't real fancy with the computer. I throw Bill Von Haggerty up there real quick, but I
Yeah.
can't really do that. No.
Yeah, but that would be cool. I like Keanu Reeves, man. He's
He's
a cool
funny.
dude. Man.
Yeah.
Who's the other guy opposite?
What the heck's his name?
But he's
I
good
can't
too.
remember.
I liked him real good. The blonde hair boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I liked him a lot.
He still looks like him too. Pretty good. He didn't change a lot. Not like Val Kilmer or one of them. He's
You
still
seen Val
looks
Kilmer
similar.
lately?
Yeah,
Oh, he
dude.
looks rough,
Yeah.
man. You know what I was watching today? The Goonies.
Oh yeah.
Lord
But it's
have
funny.
mercy.
But before I watched the Goonies, I was watching Deadpool 2.
Oh yeah.
And it's got Josh Brolin's in Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
Deadpool 2. Then you watch him in the Goonies, like that's the same dude, man.
Mhm.
Josh Brolin's been he's also in the Avenger, or he's Vanos
Yeah.
in the Avengers or whatever the hell that
Thanos,
is.
yeah.
Infinity Wars.
Yeah.
Same guy.
That's too funny. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to do one more?
Sure.
Go ahead.
There's
Sean.
your misconception.
What?
The Vikings wore horned helmets.
Oh, that's a misconception.
Yep. That there's actually it may be true, but there's no evidence
Does that really matter?
to support. Well, that's one of the ones that was up there.
I'm just teasing you, man.
Boy, dick, man.
Vikings were badasses, man. Don't mess with the Vikings.
I'm just playing with
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
All right, I think we're gonna shut this shithole down.
Wonder where did they get that? Did they wear horned helmets?
I don't know where that came from.
Didn't they? Did
Game
they?
of Thrones. or something?
Imaginary stuff.
Oh! Hey, if you're a Game of Thrones fan, it comes out April
Oh,
14th. Starts the last season of the game.
Yeah, I'm
April
so
14th.
That comic
On
strip
HBO.
Yeah,
in
I
the
already
newspaper,
know
Hagar the
how-
Horrible.
Oh, I love Hagar. How do you say his name?
Hagar. Yeah,
Hagar
maybe that's
Horrible.
what started.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I don't know. What's that, Chad?
I already know how it's ending.
Don't say nothing.
You
Don't say nothing because the last episode.
I've actually
He knows the producer.
been able to find out each episode.
Why are you reading this shit online like that? Why are you
I don't
spoiling
read.
it for yourself?
I don't read, man.
Spoil it.
I don't read.
You
it
saw
was,
it?
It was a video. It was on YouTube. Yeah.
No, don't watch that shit.
Each individual episode, it was.
They're like 2 hours long, but they're only 6 episodes.
Yeah, but they're 2 hours long, so it's like a little
No.
movie
Yeah.
all the time.
I mean, there's only 6, but yeah, they're 2 hours long.
Yeah.
So they're
There's only 5 this season.
anyway. There's what, 5 you said?
I think there's only 5 this season.
Yeah, I mean, I heard there were 6. I don't know.
Well, I'm going to watch it because I'm going to
I'll put it to you like this: if you have a favorite,
You're all gonna die.
Shut up! All I know is the White Walkers. The White Walkers have a dragon, and that thing is causing chaos and havoc all over the
Hey.
north.
In the book, my favorite character died in the first one anyway, so
All right, hey, we're going to shut this down
Yeah,
because
until
we got
next
stuff
week.
to do. What time?
Don't
is it?
chew on your fingernails.
We were.
8:06.
This is an hour and 5 minutes or something like that.
yeah.
We talked about absolutely nothing.
officially
Hey,
1
Chuck-
hour and 6 minutes and 39
Chuck,
seconds.
check your peanuts. Make sure there's no little short hairs in them tomorrow.
Check
Yeah.
your
While you're on
penis
the
and make
plane.
sure there's no short hairs in your
Yeah.
penis.
Watch what you pick up.
Peanuts.
Make sure it's
Peanuts.
not a fingernail.
Yeah. Okay, everybody want to wave at the camera? We're shutting it down.
No, you can't.
So then, on behalf of Darren, our director and
Hello,
producer,
hello, hello.
we got Bruce over here, our international lover. we got Jimmy from. Chuck always says Pittsburgh.
I
I don't like it when he says Pittsburgh.
Oh man, he's
That's horrible. Then we got Chad over here. Chad is our
lovely.
Chad is the. He is the.
You gotta say it like he does.
Pocho! So, on behalf of all of us, thank you for Rogan Radio today, City of Shinson. We love you. We're gonna shut this shit down. You can listen to us on iTunes, Stitcher, Pandora, anywhere you can find your podcast. And that's a show for tonight. So you know what, Chuck?
Yeah.
Chuck, we love you, Chuck. We love you.
Later.